Today we're tackling a critical topic for your phlebotomy exam: CLIA personnel standards, broken down by test complexity. The Clinical Laboratory Improvement Amendments of 1988, or CLIA, established quality standards for all non-research laboratory testing. Your exam will expect you to know who is qualified to perform different types of tests. Let's start with the simplest category: waived tests. These are tests determined by the FDA to be so simple that there's little risk of an incorrect result. Think of a urine pregnancy test or a basic glucometer reading. For the exam, you need to know that personnel performing waived tests simply need to be trained and follow the manufacturer's instructions. There are no specific educational requirements under CLIA for this level. An exam question might describe a new medical assistant with a high school diploma being trained on a waived test and ask if they are qualified. The answer is yes, as long as their training is documented. The next level up is moderate complexity testing. This category includes many common automated tests you'd see in a clinical lab. For a person to perform moderate complexity testing, CLIA requires them to have, at a minimum, a high school diploma or equivalent, along with documented training for the specific tests they will perform. The exam might present a scenario where a phlebotomist with a GED is asked to operate an automated chemistry analyzer after completing a training program. This phlebotomist meets the minimum CLIA personnel standard for moderate complexity testing. A common trap is confusing state licensure requirements with federal CLIA standards. Always answer based on the CLIA rules unless the question specifies a particular state's law. The highest level is high complexity testing. These are typically tests that require significant, skilled interpretation and troubleshooting, like microbiology cultures or advanced molecular diagnostics. To perform high-complexity testing, personnel must have at least an associate's degree in a laboratory science or medical laboratory technology. Certain science degrees, like biology or chemistry, combined with specific coursework and lab training, can also qualify. So, if an exam question asks if a phlebotomist with on-the-job training but no college degree can perform manual cell differentials, the answer is a firm no. That task falls under high complexity. The exam could also touch on the qualifications of the laboratory director, which become more stringent as test complexity increases. While you don't need to memorize every detail, understand that high-complexity labs require directors with advanced degrees and experience, like a doctorate in a clinical laboratory science or a physician with board certification. Another critical area for your exam is competency assessment. For moderate and high-complexity testing, competency must be evaluated semi-annually during the first year of employment for a new task, and then annually thereafter. This isn't just a performance review. It involves 6 specific elements, including direct observation of testing, monitoring results reporting, and reviewing quality control records. A classic exam question will test this timeline, asking when the next competency assessment is due for an employee who started 7 months ago. The answer would be at the 1-year mark, since the 6-month assessment would have already occurred. All of this documentation, from education diplomas to training checklists and competency assessments, must be meticulously maintained in the employee's personnel file. To help you remember the basic educational tiers, use this phrase: waived is welcoming, moderate needs more, and high is for the highly educated. Waived is welcoming to anyone with training. Moderate needs more, a high school diploma. High is for the highly educated, those with a college degree. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.